My mom wants my partner to pay rent on an inherited house, but not me. He doesn't view it as fair. Help. Context. I'm an only child and so is my mom. I've been with my partner for 9 years. We both have good jobs and a steady income, earning roughly the same. We aren't married, but an engagement ring has been purchased and I anticipate a proposal in the near future. We don't live together as of now. He is currently paying $875 for a small basement apartment in one city, and I live at home with my parents in another city. The circumstance: my grandmother passed in 2019 and my grandfather passed in 2021. When they passed, my mom inherited their home. There is no mortgage on the home, and it remains in her name. She offered to let me and my partner use it as our first home. Given the nature of the housing market in our area, I eagerly accepted. The house is detached, has a big front yard, and is located in a safe, established neighborhood where homes easily go for $800 K minus $1 M. Despite it being an obvious upgrade to his current living situation, my partner is much more trepidatious because of the terms set forth by my mom, based on the advice of a lawyer with whom she consulted. The terms are: I pay for all renos and upgrades with no financial assistance from my partner. My mom's rationale for this is that the lawyer told her that if he helped to pay for any upgrades and we were to break up later, he would be entitled to money or a buyout. I have done this and covered the property taxes as well. I have no problem with this, and living at home has allowed me to save money to afford the renos. If or when we decide to move and buy another house, I would receive the amount of money I paid to upgrade the house plus a profit margin from the proceeds of the sale. She has said she might transfer the ownership to me if we choose to stay there permanently, but never specifies when. When my partner moves in, he pays a nominal rent while I pay no rent. We would also be responsible for utilities, property taxes, home insurance, maintenance, and any other expenses associated with home ownership. This structure would not change if we were married. My mom has said that this is a landlord-tenant relationship and not a family living in family property relationship, but insists she wants to give us a break and a great deal. She doesn't want my partner to pay any more than he is currently paying now. Now, my partner views the fact that he has to pay rent and I do not as being strange, poorly structured at best and unfair at worst. He raises the following points as to why he views this arrangement as problematic. We aren't being treated as a couple when he is asked to pay rent and I am not. My mom emphasizes that this is a deal between her and I, and if she wants to give me a break, it's none of his business. He has no problem with paying rent, but he wants there to be some consistency and structure to it. For example, either we pay one rent as a couple the whole time, or he pays rent until we are married, and after that he receives the same benefit as I do without having to pay rent. I told my mom that since we will have a joint account solely for the purpose of paying bills that we will contribute to equally. It will basically be like us splitting the rent anyways. She doesn't like that. She wants me to have it free and says he should be grateful he's getting a break with a lower rent. 2. If this is a landlord-tenant arrangement with him paying rent, then he believes he should not be paying anything towards property taxes and home insurance because those are expenses incurred by a homeowner, not a tenant. 3. He questions the amount of money we would actually be saving paying rent, utilities, property taxes, maintenance, and all other expenses that come with home ownership. He says we could buy our own place based on what we're spending. 4. He does not like the fact that I've spent all this money on renovations and that the profit margin my mom promises to pay me has not been defined. I have no doubt my mom will be generous with a profit margin and is not out to screw us over. My partner does not think she's doing any of this with malice and has no problem with paying rent, but does have an issue with the structuring, rationale behind it. Does anyone have any suggestions for how a tenancy agreement should be structured? Is there something we have not yet considered that we should be considering? Is my mom's proposed arrangement fair to all parties involved? Any help would be appreciated.